Welcome to an incomplete guide to personal growth. We invite you to take a breath and take a listen to our podcast that explores the wonder, humor, challenges, and sometimes those self-inflicted wounds on a journey of personal growth.
Our weekly podcast conversations include stories, resources, and tools that you can incorporate into your daily life. We're the mother-daughter duo of Sydney
And Kelly. Hey, Sydney.
Hey, Mom. How are you? Doing okay?
I'm doing okay. Had a nice morning.
That's good.
Yeah.
So we kind of did a little project together around the house.
Yes.
Because we had to kind of not just
been a while.
caulk, but like put wood filler in between some cabinets.
Yeah.
Then caulk it.
I think
Well, sand it, then caulk it.
Caulk it, yeah.
Then we're going to paint it.
And we got to paint it. It's. I think it's dry. Last night it was still a little damp.
Yeah.
The caulk was.
Yeah.
So I
but I bet it's dry this morning.
Yeah.
But, we're usually pretty good at doing little projects
We do. We
together.
do.
We've done a lot. And I feel like
Yeah.
it's probably easier to do little home stuff like that now, because anything that I want to do, I just look on YouTube.
Yeah, it is.
I
It
literally just
is.
search it on YouTube.
It is easier. Yeah.
Because like back in the day, you had
you
grandpa.
just had to figure it out.
Yeah.
You just had to figure it out, or they had these how-to books that. And matter of fact, they got me one time. I wonder if I still
did?
have that. Mom and Dad.
Yeah.
And it was how to do all kinds of stuff around the house. I mean, it was thick, and it was just
Wow.
little projects and different things and how to
wondering.
do that. And I had that.
That's
funny.
funny.
But both you and Lauren do stuff, so I'm
Yeah.
really glad that y'all can figure stuff out, put
Yeah.
stuff together, and do that.
I mean, I'm not, okay, I think you're already touting me a little too high.
No, but no, because you know what? I think of all the stuff that you did when y'all were in Oklahoma. Projects around the house, you would figure out how to do
it,
fix the
yeah.
toilet tank, do different stuff like that.
That's true.
You would figure it out.
That's true.
So, and you're good about that.
Yeah.
You don't go, okay, now what am I into?
The hardest thing, like every time my roadblock always tended to be my strength. And I'm strong, bro.
Yeah.
But men, I guess, just have these shoulders.
These
and like
torque
sometimes,
stuff, yeah, when
but
it's
getting
the
the
torque.
torque for getting,
Yes.
bolts off and stuff, that was always I was like, I always had to have
And that's
help.
hard. I
And like,
hate
and
that,
even
yeah.
like I'd watch him struggle with it
Yeah.
too. So I know it was hard.
So I know
like,
it's hard, right?
it's like
right.
the physicality part that would always get in my
That
way.
would get in your way. I know, and then you hate to ask for help.
Yes.
I do anyway.
Yes.
But yeah,
But we did, I mean,
I think we did well on that. It's
Yeah.
looking good. It'll be good when
Yeah.
after we paint it. I think it'll be fine.
but yeah, I wonder if I'd be as good if I did. Because like for me, the YouTube videos are so helpful because you're just seeing like
Yeah.
rather than reading how to do it.
Right.
Man, that extra visualization step.
Yeah, I don't.
be
Well,
hard.
that's why I go by pictures anyway, and then I figure it out and
Yeah.
go back again the second time to
know,
read
right?
after I've already messed
The
up.
pictures. I know. And we've put a lot of stuff
But I
together.
like doing little stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know,
It's good.
It's you can still do. I can still do stuff on my own.
Right.
You
Right.
know, and figure stuff how
Yeah.
to fix stuff. So
Don't need any men to do anything.
that's funny. Do you know one time I was at the mall with my mom and my aunt, and we walked out and the tire was flat. So I was like, "Well, let's
Let's
get
change
busy."
the tire.
Oh no, Kelly, we need to call Dad. Why? He
Don't
taught
you
me
know
how to
how?
change
Yeah.
a tire.
So you did.
Oh no, it makes him feel good. And I'm like, it does not.
God.
It's a pain in the butt. And I was so mad
That
that
is
these
so
little
funny.
damsels in distress. I was like, just
Change the tire.
let's get going.
That is so funny.
Isn't
Did you
that
end up
funny?
waiting?
Well, I did because they had the keys and wouldn't give them to me. I just went back in the mall, got
Oh
a
my
Coke.
God,
We thought,
yes.
this is pathetic
This
because
is
we could be home.
Yeah,
But
that's
we're having
true.
to wait for them to get
Get
there.
there and then do.
Isn't that funny?
If I knew how to do it, oh yeah, I'd be like,
And you could figure it out because you'd look.
yeah, I could figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But oh
Isn't
my
that funny?
God,
I
that
was
is
so mad. So yes, all
hilarious.
for doing it.
Yes,
and doing
doing it
projects.
yourself.
If you can do it by yourself or doing it with other people, it's fine.
Yeah, definitely.
yep.
But that was just thinking about like
Yeah.
those home projects like back then versus now.
Oh, I know.
I can't believe how 2 books.
Oh,
Wow.
it was great. It did help.
Okay. So finishing up our
Yeah, we're on a final episode of August.
discussion.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Time
are.
flies.
It's gone fast.
Yeah.
Cool. So, okay. So we've talked a lot about like doing our own roots
Right.
and like, how to grow them and we've talked about them in a relationship with others, but I feel like it can still seem like an isolating process.
Yeah.
So you can help us today understand how it's really not that isolating.
It's not that isolating because we've talked about interconnectedness.
Yes, we have.
Interdependence. Back in July, we did the interdependence, and that goes for all things.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, because we use the analogy of tree a lot with roots. So I was looking that up, and trees do, quote, talk.
Yeah.
They communicate with each other. And through their roots and an underground network.
Yeah.
And through this fungi called mycorrhizal.
Okay.
Mycorrhizal, something that
Yeah.
fungi. And they have these relationships where they're attaching their roots and creating this web that connects.
That's cool.
And one place called it the wood wide web. So, but if I say that fast, it sounds like I can't say my R's. My wood wide web.
Oh, man.
But anyway, but it is. And they exchange, communication and even a warning of root illness and
I'm sure it's
different
through like
things.
some of the chemicals and stuff.
Yes, it's through the chemicals, right? And they even do it. They share nutrients.
Really?
Yes. Isn't that fascinating? I was writing it. Yeah, I wrote it down here so I wouldn't forget. Yeah, essential nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus.
Phosphorus.
It's a partnership. And so I think about that nutrition that's shared, the nutrients that are, and they'll airborne chemical signals. They'll communicate warnings.
That's interesting.
And isn't that? Yeah. And so I think our roots do the same thing.
Yeah.
We communicate with others through our energy. I was somewhere the other day, and actually I was getting a massage.
Right? Yes.
And she's just fantastic.
Yeah.
And she said, I came in, I was on the table, she came in, she said, I have no other word, but you are
heavy.
You've got it very heavy today.
Yeah.
You're just heavy, so I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah.
And
we don't need to talk.
And let you be.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And she was right.
Yeah.
So how did I communicate that? I didn't have
No,
a
you
sour
didn't say
fat. I didn't do anything. I was looking all right, and she. So do we send signals out? Do we, Yeah. So we do, and I think about the connectedness of roots. I saw this group. I have a friend on Facebook that was in a sorority 20 years, 30 years ago. And they still get together. And if you don't think that's a root system.
Yeah.
And do they not send out messages?
That's cool.
And so, yeah.
Yeah.
So we affect one another. Our roots, I'm establishing my roots because of interconnectedness, knowing that they affect others.
Yeah.
I don't know how to.
I get what you're saying. I do. I get it. And it's like.
I was trying to think of a metaphor, but it's so difficult. But it's the energy we
and it's
send
like you
out.
do it. You do it on your own, but the goal is.
Yes. And
to have everyone.
And I'm dependent on others to help me with my roots.
Right.
I don't do this on my own.
Right.
It's relationships. It's familial relationships.
Yeah.
It's cultural relationships that help me establish my roots. And I depend on those because when it's strong. Oh, so they're, with the floods that happened,
Yes.
they're sending arborists out to look so they can save the trees that have still that are
roots.
rooted enough, and they're not just going to clear all the trees.
Oh, that's cool.
So yes, and I think I think about when we have trauma. Those roots are so important when we feel like we've been just chopped down.
Yeah.
So that interconnectedness, and so who do I rely on?
Yeah. I like that idea.
My community of faith,
Yeah.
possibly.
And I like that idea of like sharing nutrients and stuff.
Yeah. Because when you get together with your book club friends and your college friends, you're sharing nutrients, right?
Yeah.
You lift each other up when there's a rough time.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's because you have roots and they trust your roots.
Yeah.
That you've established on your own as well as with them.
Right. Yeah.
So it just, we can't be.
Yeah, you can't
ourselves.
be by yourselves. Yes.
No.
So I guess like I'm thinking of like more how we know with how we feel about ourselves that like we have good roots. How do we feel like our roots are connected? Like how does that
How do we know? How does it feel?
Yeah.
There is a I'm trying to think of a good word. There's a sureness. Okay? Not certainty.
Yeah.
But there's a sureness that I'm rooted. Things are going to happen. And I will continue. I will continue. It may be hard. I may need a lot of help. And from my other rooted friends and family to go, it's okay. We're going to help.
Yeah.
Support you in this. I met with a group that I've been meeting with since I moved here, so 14 years.
Yeah.
So the group changed a little bit. We've added members.
Yeah.
But it's a small group, and we're having lunch, and it was like they were talking because we all catch up on all our kids and family, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I just remember when," and it was like, and look now, and so those were roots, and they supported.
Yeah.
And we support each other. And you know that they're grounded in some strong stuff.
Right. Right.
So you trust them.
And trust. Yeah.
And so there's, and they trust, and there, so there's this sureness of, I'm okay, I've got roots with my family. I've got roots with my faith. I've got roots with my friends.
Yeah.
I've established my spirituality. And sometimes I'm like, well, you're really not nurturing yourself spiritually. That root is just kind of stagnant, and you need, I can feel that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, what are you going to do to water it or to get that sunshine, whatever it is that I'm needing?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a metaphor.
And I like that like idea a lot of you just have a sureness that like there is another side. I think that's where a lot of people, like if it's really hard, can get lost, is they just like lose their like sureness that, they're gonna get through something. Yeah. And it's like their roots maybe just either aren't deep enough or they're not counting on other people around them. And so then they just get, uprooted through the process because they can't see like the other side.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes you need somebody to help you see that. And sometimes one of the most powerful things I ever heard was when someone I knew dearly was struggling, and for them there wasn't the other side. Yeah. And this pastor sat and said, I can sit in the dark with you. So it's being able to have somebody that has that sureness to sit in the dark. Yeah. Right? Yeah. When you don't. And there is this okay. Yeah. Okay. But sometimes you have to have that for others. And
that's true too.
Yeah. But you need to find it for yourself in order to have it for others.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Right? If I can't sit in the dark with myself. And there is this sureness and nothing is permanent. I was reading something this morning about it. It was like, nothing is.
Yeah, everything changes.
I'm going to look for that quote while you're talking.
Okay.
So, ask me another.
Okay. You're good. Yeah, you can look for it. And I think, we talked a little bit about it before of kind of being intentional with how we connect. It's like...
Yeah. If I'm sitting at home, I'm not going to connect with anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you have to reach out, and sometimes it's hard. Mm-hmm. And it's not, but to find something that you care about.
Yeah.
And you'll meet up with other people that care about it. Mm-hmm. Volunteering or whatever you do.
Yeah.
And finding that sense of community somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's hard to reach out.
It is. Yeah.
But in order to connect,
You have to.
you have to.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you can
to.
have, I think, really strong individual roots, but I think you're
Right.
still always going to feel like you're missing something.
But you can't, your roots can, if you're just yourself, your roots can't go that far.
Yeah.
It depends on this whole nutrition, the soil you're in. Mm-hmm. And if I'm not in some rich soil.
Yeah. Then what's going to happen?
Yeah. There's
Definitely.
things that contribute.
Yeah.
So I found this.
You found it? Perfect.
Yeah. It says, we don't know when love will arrive. We don't know when it will fade. We can only know that the unexpected will happen. That certainty is a falsity. And that things will be impermanent regardless of how tightly we clench our fists around them. And it's just that. Certainty and sureness is different.
Yeah.
The sureness of rooted and faith or whatever is different than...
Yeah, than the certainty.
Yeah.
And stuff like that is just so hard for someone like me to hear.
But I want and I plan.
Yes.
Yeah, I plan too.
It is so
and
hard.
Yeah, and
to,
that's
like,
why
hear stuff like that.
and that's why those roots are important, because there's no certainty. Those floodwaters.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, everything is just by a thread.
It is.
Thankfully, we have a thread.
Yeah.
But it is, Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, I know. Yeah, I hate listening to like, oh, this is, you can't be certain about anything. I'm like, ah.
Oh, yeah,
and that's pretty much all life shows me, is that I really cannot be certain about anything. But
right.
It's like,
But
I would like
can,
it to be.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. So
Yeah.
when people's roots are connected,
Yeah.
how do you think that affects like a community?
Well, I think, okay, so there's two things. I have a friend that just recently, when we were in the same group, we were talking about lunch, and she said, and she's almost 90 now, and she was talking about her granddaughter is getting married.
Yeah.
And her granddaughter wants the wedding at her grandmother's house.
Oh, that's
Because
so sweet.
this was a place of sureness, of love, of such rich relationship and roots.
Yeah.
And she wants to start her marriage in the grounds or the root system of her grandmother.
Yeah.
That was like, the biggest honor you can ever have.
Oh, absolutely.
Isn't that incredible?
So
but how
sweet.
do our roots affect community? That community of family is deeply affected by this one
Yeah.
person's roots and how she connected with others. And I think of churches. I think of those kind of groups. I think of friendship groups,
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
It does. It just affects the, and you.
And you probably have.
And so when one, when one community, if you got a community, when one tree is hurting, the other trees help with that nutrition.
Yeah.
And that's how it affects the community.
Right. So you can kind of just make everybody feel a little stronger.
A little stronger.
Yeah.
And knowing I'm not alone in this world. I think that is the thing that we battle right now.
Oh, yes.
I am alone. Well, no. If you reach out and you find this, and you're not alone.
Right. I know. I
not
think that's
alone.
I agree. I think that's a big thing now is, people thinking they're alone in different types of pain or different, situations they're going through.
Yeah.
But definitely, I mean, I think you've seen and I've seen, like, as you open up about stuff, like, there's a lot more people going through
stuff.
things.
And there's support groups all over the place now. You have to look for them.
Yeah.
And then you have to call or email
And put
and
forth
then
some
show
effort.
up. And that, if you show up, because, and there's all kinds, and to show you're not alone.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that is like,
Which is,
probably.
Isn't that the irony though? You're not alone, but you're the only one that can do it.
I know. I think that is one of the hardest
it's
things
kind of like
to sit with is like loneliness. And not that you shouldn't sit with it some.
Yeah.
But I think it's always like the question of, well, why?
Right.
I think loneliness always begs that question. And it could be just a situation you're in at the time. And that's just something you have to emotionally work through. But I mean, maybe there are other things that you could be doing, you know, it's like, there's always that question of why.
Yeah. Because there are times you will be lonely. You can be in a crowd, you can be in a marriage, you can be in, you know, there are times you're going to be lonely.
Yeah. That's
just a fact. So it does beg the question, why?
Yeah.
And how do I sit with myself? Yeah.
Yeah. And that is just, you have to be able to sit with yourself to sit with others in an effective way. I mean, you can still sit with others, but you're not going to do any good.
Yeah. You've got to have,
you know,
be
and
able
it's
to
just
sit.
like, and so it's just this balance, I think, with being rooted of, you have to really be solid yourself, but it's not like you can't have others help, and it's not like you don't want to be connected with others, but it's like this balance of, you know, you need to be rooted so that the whole system can keep, you know, working the way
we're
it needs
dependent
to.
on one another, you know, and when somebody isn't, it affects.
Yes.
In the healthier roots,
yeah. Oh yeah. I
know,
think it
everything
absolutely
is
does
systemically.
affect. I mean, because I think everybody wants to be dependable in the end. I mean, and so if you're realizing you're a person that falls through on things, like that affects other people. And then that can affect how connected you are. And then eventually that takes away your own nutrients. You know, it's like a whole cycle.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Interconnected.
And so, I think this was a good one to kind of wrap up on, of like, yes, roots are done with work on yourself, but here's how, you know, it still connects to the greater system.
But it does.
Yeah.
We're interdependent and interconnected. And
so
each one matters.
Yeah.
Each one matters.
Do you have another quote or anything to?
I really don't. That was my quote
That was
for
your
the
quote
day.
earlier.
But I love it. You know,
is
it's
good.
like there's the roots are important.
Yeah.
Because nothing
is certain.
Everything changes.
Yeah.
And to be able to deal with that change and that loss, or even sometimes we get stuff and that can throw us off.
Yeah, that's true too.
That promotion, that new exciting thing that may be happening.
Yeah,
There's still.
but can you stay rooted in what you came from? Yeah.
Yes.
That's true.
Because that I see.
Yeah. Oh, that's a whole other side. That's
It
so
is,
good.
isn't it? Isn't it? So you get stuff and then you're
because even good stuff can throw you off.
It can. It can if you're not rooted and grounded, and you can see that all over the place. Just open up. I was going to say a paper, but that's not so. Open up your phone.
Your news app.
Your news app or whatever, you know. They're loving to point that out.
Yep. That's true.
Yep.
So good.
Right.
So that wraps up our August. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
If you have suggestions going into the fall of what you'd want to hear us talk about, and then eventually like holidays will come up too. I know last year, like our family and holiday stuff was pretty popular. So if you have any, anything else related to that, we'll happily talk about it.
Yes.
And we don't know what September's going to be yet, but we'll figure that out soon.
That's right. Right around the corner.
Yep.
So we look forward to next week when we take a breath and take a listen.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of An Incomplete Guide to Personal Growth. There are many ways you can stay connected. Follow us on Instagram at An Incomplete Guide Podcast, where you can sign up for our email list and get posts that delve deeper into our weekly topics. Make sure to subscribe to our podcast page wherever you listen to your podcasts. We would really appreciate a rating and sharing us with your family and friends.
We're so glad you chose to spend your time with us and hope there was a thought, a resource, or a laugh that you can take on your journey We'll be here every Tuesday for you to take a breath and take a listen.